Feliz Navidad. Okay, on that note, welcome to Bearcat Update. I'm Alex Sanchez.
And I'm Jenny James. Today on the show, we are bringing you your latest Bearcat sports news.
First off, here at BCU, we want to congratulate Kareem Achengli on a fantastic season. This past Saturday, he traveled to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to compete at the Division II National Cross Country Championships.
He finished 38th, earning the All-American status. This is the first time since 1997 that Northwest has had an All-American runner, making him the 5th in the history of Northwest cross country team.
It's amazing. This is just a piece of success right now coming from the Bearcats. Former Northwest athletic director, also football coach, has the honor of getting inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame.
Our BCU analyst, John Walker, takes a look at just the mark that Churchma left at this school. John?
When Mel Churchma came to Northwest Missouri State University in 1994, the Bearcats were essentially the laughingstock of whichever team they decided to play that week. In his first 2 seasons, Northwest went 6-16 and relatively had no success. After that, the rest is history, as you guys already know. 3 national championships and 7 appearances to the title game, 12 straight MIAA championships, and in his final 15 years as coach, the Bearcats went 125-9. That's winning 93% of their games. That includes a 46-game win streak that he started to conduct at the end of his coaching career. But he wasn't done there. He returned to be the athletic director here at Northwest Missouri State University, and he brought the university another 3 national championships on the field and guided Northwest to be only the 2nd school in all of NCAA history at any level to win a basketball and football championship in the same school year. Churchma is officially being inducted into the National Football Foundation Hall of Fame in New York City on Tuesday. And this solidifies Churchma's place as one of the greatest to ever do it in NCAA history. This may be the end of an era, but it's just the beginning of the legacy of Mel Churchma. Jenny, Alex, happy holidays, and back to you guys.
Thanks, John. Tune into ESPN3 on Tuesday at 7:30 to check out the induction ceremony.
Now, this past Saturday, the women's and men's basketball team hosted their first doubleheader of the season at Bearcat Arena, and we were there to get the highlights. The women took on Nebraska Christian and wasted no time putting points on the board. Jalen Haggard starts the scoring with a 3-pointer off his screen to put the Cats up early. 3-point shooting was key for the Cats as Kendi Eaton hits another 3 to increase the Bearcat lead. Haggard and Eaton lead the Bearcats in scoring with 21 and 15 as the women cruise to a 67-48 win over the Sentinels. The girls move to 3-4. They will start the conference play this week against Lincoln on Thursday.
Now for the men. The men matched up against Midland where they attacked the Warrior defense for all 40 minutes. Trevor Hudgens kicks off the scoring with a nifty up and under finish to add to the Bearcat lead. The Cats shred the defense again with an alley-oop pass from Hudgens to Diego Bernard for 2 points. The Bearcat offense could not be stopped as Joey Wittes increases the already large lead with a wide-open 3. The men cruise to a 100-66 victory behind a 54% three-point shooting performance. The boys move to 8-0. Like the girls, they will begin conference play this week against Lincoln on Thursday. After dominating the start of their season, I can't wait to see how they start conference play.
Freshman Trevor Hudgens has been having an outrageously good start to his college basketball career. Our reporter, Becca Ross, sits down with him to learn more on his thoughts of leading the Bearcats. Becca?
The Northwest men's basketball team is currently a dominating force in the MIAA. With a group of young new faces on the team, Coach McCollum is looking towards Trevor Hudgens to be a strong leader, especially after their previous games.
You know, he's had a year under his belt in our system going against a really, really good team. Controlled the game for the most part, and defensively he was good.
Working with such new players on the team, Trevor looks to his teammates to help create plays on the offense. With a group of guys that can score no matter what the position, it helps Trevor create a working offense.
Everyone is shooting at a high percentage. We got Joey, Welty, Hawk, pretty much everyone else. Kirk Finley is shooting threes. Diego is really good. It just makes my job a lot easier, makes them spread the floor out a little bit more. I have driving lanes, and then if they help off, we have a guy in the corner that can shoot. So,
with just a few games into the season, there is plenty for the team to learn. Coach McCollum is confident in Trevor to run the offense and help the rest of his team continue to grow.
Because he knows the system, he's able to stay out there and run the offense accordingly. Whereas some of the other guys don't quite know it. Well, when you're playing the national champions and the national runner-up, that's always difficult. You have to make sure that you have somebody that understands what to do.
The Northwest men's basketball team is winning games, working hard, and filled with potential. With more than half their season left to play, the team is set to thrive. For Bearcat Update, I'm Becca Ross.
Thanks, Becca. We are going to take a quick break, but stick around. We have a special guest up next. You're watching Bearcat Update on KNWT Channel 8. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. The Northwest men's basketball team looks a little different than last year, but it won't stop throwing points up on the scoreboard.
MIAA leading rebounder Ryan Hawkins is unstoppable on the floor and helping lead the team to another signature season.
Today on Bearcat Boulevard, we are joined by Ryan Hawkins. Ryan, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
So looking kind of at the start of this season so far, you guys have been really putting up some good points on your opponents. Had a kind of close game with Northern back in St. Joe, but how has that kind of been building your confidence so far?
I think that first game against Northern, taking it to OT and just proving that we can play with anybody even if our shots aren't falling. I think that helped build our confidence a little bit, and then these last two games have really gave our offense a chance to gel and just get some other guys in the mix.
And how are you guys preparing for conference play this week?
All week we've been working on getting back in transition and our defensive rebounding. So I think this week in practice we'll be working on that a little bit more. And then during conference season, Mac brings the intensity up a little bit more each and every day in practice. So it'll be a fun week getting ready for Thursday night.
How is the conference looking to you guys? Maybe some teams that might be stepping up. Southern, I know, was always a tough one last year. So what are you seeing from the conference this year?
Yeah, the MIAA is always really competitive, but Southern does have a few transfers that are pretty good this year. They've got a couple post players that are pretty good. So I think Southern will be pretty good. UCM lost their big guy to a knee injury, but I still think UCM will be pretty competitive. But you got to come ready each and every game, so that'll be what we focus on.
And you are leading the MIAA in rebounds. What's different from last year to this year?
All 5 guys are getting a good job of getting checks on their man, so we don't have a free crasher coming in and getting an O board. But we've been working on it a lot in practice, and Max emphasized that a lot this year.
You're considered a sophomore, but you're also kind of considered a veteran. You've had a lot of experience working with the guys that you've already been starting with, the past couple of years. So with that younger team, how are you helping kind of gel the younger guys and make them feel comfortable playing?
I think just showing the energy and attitude that you can bring to practice each and every day makes them feel more comfortable knowing that they can get to a high level of competitiveness every day in practice and stuff like that.
What's the team dynamic like compared to last year?
I think we're a little more energetic each and every day just because we don't have guys that have done it before. These guys have never done it. They've never experienced it. So they still got that new adrenaline rush going every day.
How is Coach Mack kind of building that culture that everybody talks about? He always talks about the process, and you kind of have that culture still of the national championship atmosphere. So how is he building up that culture?
I think he's done a good job of sustaining that culture, because even for my freshman year now, I haven't really felt much of a change in the culture. But I think just the energy that he brings and the seniors bring each and every day makes it easy for freshmen to come in and just know what to do and how to do it.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to the rest of the season, Ryan, and what you can accomplish.
Thank you, guys.
Stick around. We are going to take a quick break on Bearcat Update on KNWT Channel 8.
Welcome back to Bearcat Update. The track and field team has been putting in major work during the preseason for when it comes time to compete during the indoor meets.
Along with the beginning of the season, this will be the first meet held in the new Hughes Fieldhouse facility. Our reporter Jawan Bush sits down with a couple of the athletes to preview their indoor season. Jawan?
December 7th and 8th, the Northwest Track and Field team will open up their season with their new home opener. And this will be the first track meet and season inside the new Hughes Fieldhouse. And some of the veterans are very amped up to get things going again.
Originally going in, an adjustment could be different for your season and it could affect you and you might not perform as well. But for me, I think my body's responded and I'm ready to go.
The new indoor facility has helped out the team tremendously. The new facility upgraded from a 160-meter track to a professional 300-meter track.
I mean, it's night and day. We don't have battling the stresses of the weather, battling the stresses of outdoor, what we had before, and now it's just we come in, focus on what we need to focus on, and get out.
With the new facility, the team as well got a new head coach, and the transition has been a big learning process for all.
I think it was actually a really smooth transition. we just, as upperclassmen, we made sure to keep people open-minded to, you know, the new program, the new coaches, just, you know, new workouts and stuff. And so I just think, you know, keeping people prepared for what could happen was definitely, you know, a good thing that we did.
For Bearcat Update, I'm Juwan Bush.
Thanks, Juwan. The team will begin their season on Friday and continue on Saturday. The Cats look to have a great indoor meet, and not only the first meet of the season, but the first indoor meet hosted by Northwest.
The Northwest athletes haven't just been putting points up on the scoreboard, but also been making a contribution to the community. The Student Athletic Advisory Committee put on a talent show to show off the variety of talents the athletes can bring to the stage. Becca Ross brings us more. Becca?
The Northwest Student Advisory Athlete Committee held a talent show to show off how special the athletes at Northwest really are. This talent show is used to raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is partnered with the NCAA.
It's very out of the ordinary for student athletes, and I mean, I feel like a lot of the times we're always doing kind of the same things, you know, as far as fundraising goes, and this is something that the student athletes haven't ever done before, and I thought that it was probably just a really great way to involve people in a way that they haven't ever been involved before.
When people think of student athletes, they picture them dribbling a ball or running around a track. SAC wanted to show that our athletes have more talents than what they show on the court.
As athletes, you know, a lot of the times that's all people see you as, and as far as Braden Day and Adri Gunn on the football and soccer team respectively, I mean, I'm sure nobody knew that they could sing and play guitar that well, but I mean, it gave them an opportunity to show a different aspect of who they were. So I think that's kind of important to know that, I mean, you're not defined as one thing. So
this talent show brought smiles and laughs to those that attended and will grow as the years go on. For Bearcat Update, I'm Becca Ross.
Thanks, Becca. That's all we have for you here on Bearcat Update. For our last episode of the season, we would like to thank you all for watching BCU this year.
Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Bearcat Update. You can follow us on Twitter at BearcatUpdate_8 or watch all of our previous episodes on YouTube at KNWT8. Thanks for watching and have a happy holidays.
Feliz Navidad! Hey, thanks for watching this week's episode of Bearcat Update.
You can catch last week's episode up here on the top of the Christmas tree and all of our previous episodes down here on the bottom of the Christmas tree. Thanks for watching. Check it out.